Hello, my name is JP Hofseth, and this will be my Sprint 2 review of my team Loose Cannon Cyber City. So we're going to pull from our D drive. This is my workspace on my personal computer, and let's get going. I'm going to skip over to the toy box here. And we're going to climb this wall. Now, I'm going to demonstrate to you all the stuff down there too because I worked on that, but I want to show you the thing up here that's going to take the longest to get to first. So let's take a look at that. Well, not the longest, but the second longest to get to. And that's going to be the enemy AI and the patrol routes. I built the patrol system in the enemy AI. I used behavior trees for all of this. And then enum and states to do the patrolling. They'll do either loops, like you see here, where they're looping in a circle. They'll do random spot from their starting point. This guy will move randomly 500 units from where he started in the world. It doesn't keep switching to where he goes next and then 500 from there. It's actually just always 500 from that middle section. So he'll kind of stay in that one little area. You put him in, and then if you look over here, you can see this guy just periodically turns. The other type of patrol I did was just a simple back and forth. If you just wanted to put 2 points in or 3 points in and you just wanted them to go kind of like that, they easily could. So that's one of the things I worked on. I also did the immunity for the toy box. So if you notice it says in toy box, press right control and right shift. So if the player wants to experiment with things without being hurt, they can. If they want to see what happens when they die, they just turn it off. That way they can see both aspects of the game without fear of winning or losing in this area. We're going to pick up all this. And these collectibles are set up so some are software, some are money, and some are hardware. And then you have the health, which you can only pick up if you've been hurt. And then the other thing I worked on was this upgrade system, this kiosk. So when you get the drops, you can go to this kiosk and buy the upgrades. You have health, stamina, and the weapon damage. So the health gives you 25 more health, stamina, 25 more stamina, and the weapon damage upgrade reduces the offset and increases the damage done. So if you notice right now, if I were to go over to this wall and shoot at this wall, pretty broad offset. You can aim, and it tightens the offset, but not by about half. But it also slows down your speed. You can't run as fast as when you're aiming. But if you go over here to the kiosk and buy, say, some upgrades, if I get off the collision back on, we're going to buy a weapon upgrade, stamina upgrade, and a health upgrade. Now let's buy another weapon. And then you see the icons pop up over here in the lower left. This was something I implemented as well, to just remind the player, hey, you have this many upgrades of health, stamina, and weapons. So that'll make us do more damage to the enemy, have less of an offset. It'll also give us more health. So if I go over here and let this guy beat on me a little bit, you'll see the number goes down before the health bar does. It actually has to go through the health you gained from the upgrade before the and then it takes less hits to kill the enemy now because of the upgrade. Usually it takes 5 hits to kill an enemy player, but with the upgrade, now this area was actually to practice the stealth, which I help implement sound notification. So when you're in stealth, you don't give the sound notification, but when you're out of stealth, just you walking around will let them know where you're at. You can also shoot shoot, it lets them know where you're at as well. So like these guys over here, they can't really see me. I start shooting, it comes to see, hey, who was that? And then now that I have less health, I can go here. And that's a pretty good overview of most of the things I worked on. Last thing I worked on is in the main level, and will take a minute to get to. I helped implement this, the virus, skull and crossbones I made, as well as that evil laugh. I really love that evil laugh. But we're going to turn down the sound effects and the music so you can hear me a little bit better. We're going to climb out of this main area here. I'll show you the spawn system working. There's a spawner right over here. See the phone booth looking thing over there? So let's go ahead and kill some of these enemies. Climbing does not make you stealthy in the fact that they can still see you. They won't hear you, but they will see you. See? I was shooting over there and they all went to look to see what was over there. So I got the noise notification going on the AI. The footsteps also produce a noise notification. I also added a touch notification, so if you run into an AI, it'll alert them. And that was the spawn system. So I set up a couple things to let the player know, hey, an enemy is spawning. The booth there has a light on it that flashes, as you noticed, and then it gives that alarm. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And then the enemy will come out and will go to a point where it died. And then from there it'll go back to whatever it was, a previous path was. So that doesn't always spawn the enemy right now, because we were debating on how much or how many enemies we want spawned, and we haven't quite come to the conclusion of that, so we left it kind of open-ended to play around with. But we're going to go over here, and I'm going to showcase for you the last thing I made up at the top here. Fortunately, we do have to go to the very top to see it, so it'll take a minute to climb. Should have put one of these in the toy box, but didn't get to it yet. I feel like we need some sort of elevator music. Alright. That'll bring us to the drones. Drones were another thing I implemented. It has pretty much the same basic AI as all the other ones. Added a few tweaks to it. It has better accuracy when it's shooting, but it takes less hits to destroy the drone. They're not fully flying capable right at this moment. But that is a good overview of the things I worked on. If you notice, the drones still have a random patrol path, and you can send them up to do the other patrols all the other enemies have as well. And yeah, that's all the things I worked on. Upgrade system, collectibles, enemy AI, the drones, spawn points. So I hope this gives you an overview of some of the things I was able to work on and accomplish this week, and I look forward to working on this project further, and I want to thank you for the time that you've taken to watch this video.